あまねく星たちを内包する宇宙。この無限の広がりの中には全てのものが含まれています。その大いなる存在を私たちに実感させてくれるプラネタリウムをイスラエルの地に築こうとする人物がいます。まがらめ力弘。
若い人たち、これから伸びていく人たちの人材育成、人物を育成していくという情熱だと思います。
1996年4月15日、世界の平和を願い日本から贈られた梵鐘がイスラエルの首都エルサレムの空にその平和の鐘の音を鳴り響かせました。1991年、日本の電子部品メーカーネミックラムダがイスラエルに進出しました。まだらめ会長の夢の実現はこのことがきっかけとなったのです。
我々は極東東の外れからアジアの西の端にまでこの平和の響きがなればいいなと、若干こうね夢みたいなことを思ったんですよね。
今回の梵鐘は滋賀県にある株式会社金寿堂で鋳造されました。まず鋳型の製作に細心の注意が払われます。梵鐘には平和への祈りを込めたサインとメッセージが刻まれます。今年の1月30日、同じ工場で梵鐘の鋳造式が執り行われました。京都大覚寺上寛延第58世門跡の同志により平和の梵鐘の無事完成を祈ります。錠剤を寄進された方が多数見守る中、作業が厳かに進められていきます。今回イスラエルに同行する西村直樹氏のシンセサイザーが幻想的な調べを奏でていきます。
感激。ありがとうございました。感激。
最初の式典を無事終えることができました。エルサレムまでの道 道のりはこれからです。完成した平和の梵鐘は高さおよそ 1.7 メートル、直径およそ1メートル、重さおよそ 1.5 トンにもなる青銅製です。鐘には日本語、ヘブライ語、アラビア語、そして英語の4カ国語で平和を意味する言葉が刻まれています。2月5日、班目会長がかつて修行したことのある京都市右京区の大覚寺で平和の梵鐘の突き初めをする入魂式が執り行われました。張り詰めた空気の中に梵鐘の響きが静かに広がっていきます。キングデビッドホテルにおいてレセプションが催されました。このレセプションでエルサレム市長から参加者一同に記念品が贈られ、一層の親睦を深めました。またこの場で班目会長よりエルサレム市に日本庭園の目録と鎧兜一式が、鈴木春夫昭和電工株式会社名誉会長と国際美術村代表の陣内智之氏から記念の絵が贈られました。私たちは誰でも争いのない平和の世の中を願っています。それは言葉や国境、民族の壁を越えて世界中の人々に共通した願いです。平和の梵鐘はその願いを叶える象徴なのです。素晴らしい青空に恵まれた4月15日、記念すべき贈呈式が催されました。班目会長をはじめエフッド・オルマートエルサレム市長、故イザック・ラビン前首相の息子ユバル・ラビン氏、そしてシモン・ペレスイスラエル首相などおよそ300人が参列し、期待と緊張が入り混じる中、式典が始まりました。
Mr. Madorame, Mrs. Madorame, Mr. Rabin, Yuval Rabin, distinguished guests, from Japan, and from Israel, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very special occasion and a very extraordinary day in the life of a very extraordinary city. The special symbol, the Japanese bell, that was brought to us is a very unique present by Mr. Madarame and his friends, the lovers of Israel, the lovers of Jerusalem, and the lovers of peace from Japan. As was said, Mr. Madarame is heavily involved in the life of this country for many years. But from the very beginning, he felt that there must be something more into these very unique relationships than just the economic development. We are very grateful and very interested in expanding the economic and business relationships with Japan. But he felt that there was something else that we needed to express the uniqueness of these relationships and the very special bond to be created between the two people. And this symbol is the Bonsho. The Bonsho, which is a symbol of special relationships, of solidarity, of friendship, of coexistence, and of peace. There couldn't have been a more appropriate time to bring this present to the city of Jerusalem than at this particular period when the people of Israel are making enormous efforts at great pains to indeed establish real and genuine peace for all of us here, for all of the people that live in this region, Jews, Muslims, and Christians alike. Today, the bell, the Bonsho, the music of peace, which will be heard not just in Jerusalem, which will be heard forever, because everything that takes place here in Jerusalem is left forever from one side of the globe to the other. This music of peace will be an appropriate and important memorandum of a person who dedicated his life to this great goal. On behalf of the city of Jerusalem and the people of Jerusalem, I am honored to thank you, Mr. Madarame, and Mrs. Madarame, and all your friends, those who came with you, and the many others who participated in this effort and in this gift. We thank you for being our friends. We thank you for sharing with us our goals. And we thank you for being from now on forever part of this great city. Thank you very much.
It is a special photograph of the newly born Jerusalem Bonsho with its surroundings.
His Excellency Prime Minister and Minister of Defense, Mr. Shimon Peres, the Honorable Mayor of Jerusalem, Member of Knesset, Mr. Ehud Olmert, and Mr. Yuval Rabin, son of late
Yitzhak Rabin, Prime Minister of Israel, and distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. I feel especially privileged to have been given the opportunity to address you on this memorable occasion. My first visit to Israel was 17 years ago. Israel was a country of great liberation to me. I was greatly moved by the vitality of the Israel people and much impressed by the long and profound history of this country. I became aware of the difficulties facing Israel and wish in some way to help contribute toward alleviating the conflict going on and bring peace in the region. I had a dream, and I made a pledge of myself to make my dream come true, to offer a Bonsho, Japanese bell, as a symbol of peace to Jerusalem, the city of peace, and have it ring out the resounding message of peace throughout the city. All of us are well aware of the atrocities, suffer, misery, and tragedy of wars. Your people took its share as well, and you are to remember the Holocaust tomorrow. Therefore, it is especially meaningful for all of us to share with you this ancient Japanese symbol of peace. It is my heartfelt wish to have this Bonsho become the bridge of peace, harmony, and mutual understanding for the descendant of the 21st century of Japan, the land of the rising sun in East Asia, and of Jerusalem, the holy city of West Asia. Today, I am very happy to see my dream of many years come true. It has been realized through the dedicated efforts of many contributors. The Bonsho carries with it not only the contribution but sincere prayer for peace throughout the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, to whom the bell tolled, asked Ernest Hemingway early in this century, a century that brought the misery of war to nearly every corner of the world. Bells everywhere in the world and throughout times heralded messages. Bells are used to warn of coming dangers and wars. These same bells are used to announce the end of wars and the arrival of peace. From Jerusalem, a city of bells, the call for peace has been raised year after year in each of our 48 years of independence. Last year, my father visited Japan. He returned enthusiastic from what he has seen, and the relationships with Tokyo have further improved since. On behalf of my mother and the rest of the family, I wish to thank Mr. Madalame and the Dynamic Lambda Corporation for granting this bell to Jerusalem, creating yet an additional beautiful location in my father's birthplace and his eternal resting place. May this beautiful bell be sound soon for peace. Thank you. I think it's the overall positioning and the beauty of the bell, in addition to its sound, is extremely remarkable, and the whole significance of its positioning in Jerusalem, in addition to having my father's signature on the bell, definitely has long-lasting impression and significance for Jerusalem and Israel and Japanese relationship.
The Mayor of Jerusalem and Mrs. Olmert, Mrs. and Mr. Madarame, my friend Yuval Rabin, ladies and gentlemen, usually bells are made to call the people to pray. I think today we have in our hearts several prayers. To start with, to bless the memory of Yitzhak Rabin, that his name is inscribed on the bell and that he was born here and that has brought peace and hope to our country and to the region. Then again, we have to pray for Jerusalem. For us, the Jewish people, Jerusalem is both a capital and a prayer. All our history, we have prayed for this most unusual city, and now we are committed to keep her as the capital of our heart, as the capital of our country, as a united city, as a promise to our people, and as an invitation to make peace all over the places in the Middle East. And then I have a third prayer, and that is for the relations between Japan and Israel. And finally, all of us will pray for peace in the Middle East, to all peoples, to all nations. I am sure that the ring of the Japanese bell will have the authentic ring of a peace for all the people. Thank you very much.
Mr. Peres, you are kindly requested to come to the stage again, together with Mr. Rikihiro Madarame. Mr. Rikihiro Madarame will hand over his gift to Mr. Olmert. Sorry, I'm calling Mr. Olmert to come to the stage. Hand his gift to Mr. Peres. Mr. Peres. You are handing it over to Mr. Peres? Is that the procedure? Surprise at one of the boxes here.
を求めるメッセージをサインとともに刻んだ故ラビン首相。寄進された多くの方々の名を記した芳名版は梵鐘の下に収められました。平和の梵鐘は聖地エルサレムから世界へ向けて永遠に響き続けていくことでしょう。